coffee still sitting where you left it that day, right next to the keys you didn't take anyway. The TV is humming a show we both liked, but the silence you left is a fever that's spiked. No shouted goodbye, no slam of the door, just a hollowed out space where you were before. I'm checking the windows, I'm checking the lock, trying to find where the world started to rock. I'm replaying the tapes, every word, every look, searching for chapters you tore from the book. Was it something I said? Was it something I lacked? Or did you just vanish before we could act? Now I'm lost in the why, and I'm drowning in how. There's a ghost in our bed and a void in the now. You walked out the exit without a goodbye, leaving me here with 1,000 what ifs in my eye. A sentence unfinished, a story cut short, with no map to the harbor, no ship in the port. It's the cruelest of endings, the hardest to bear, to be left with a heart that's still gasping for air. The neighbors all ask if you're coming back soon. I just shrug at the sun and I weep at the moon. I've checked every message, I've traced every call, but there's nothing but static and shadows on the wall. Did you fall out of love in the span of a night? Or was I just blind to the fading of light? Give me a reason, even if it's a lie. Anything's better than no goodbye. An explanation is mercy I'm denied, while I'm burning alive with this wreckage inside. You took all the answers and went on your way, leaving me trapped in the ghost of that day. Is it easier for you? Is it better to flee than to look at the damage you're doing to me? Now I'm lost in the why, and I'm drowning in how. There's a ghost in our bed and a void in the now. You walked out the exit without a goodbye, leaving me here with 1,000 what ifs in my eye. A sentence unfinished, a story cut short, with no map to the harbor, no ship in the port. It's the cruelest of endings, the hardest to bear, to be left with a heart that's still gasping for light is flickering, losing its glow. The one thing I learned is that I'll never know. No letter on the table, no note on the glass, just the sound of the wind as the memories pass. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you stay? Just a question mark at the end of the day. I kept the fire burning through the winter chill, while you were looking for a house upon a hill. I memorized the rhythm of your uneven breath, loving every part of you, even to the death. I was the anchor and I was a rope, I was the one who was feeding the hope. But it's hard to keep a garden in a desert land when the water's only coming from my own I gave you the ocean, you gave me a drop. I was a marathon, you were a stop. I built us a palace of silver and gold, but you only wanted a place from the cold. I loved you more than you ever loved me. I was the shore and you were the sea, always retreating, always pulled by the tide, with nothing but salt and the secrets you hide. I poured out my heart till the vessel ran dry, while you didn't even have to try. It's a lonely kind of hollow, a heavy kind of weight, to realize I loved you a little too late, and a lot more than you could reciprocate. I look at the photos and I finally see how I'm leaning toward you, but you're looking past me. I translated your silence into I love you too, creating a version that wasn't quite true. I was your safety, I was your fine, but you were my always, my sacred, my mine. I gave you 100, you gave me a 10, and I do it all over and over again. Is there a refund for the years that I spent, for the pieces of soul that I shouldn't have lent? You didn't break me, you just let me break by taking much more than you ever could stake. I was a wildfire, you were a match, now I'm the one with the burns and the paps. And I love you more than you ever loved me. I was the shore and you were the sea, always retreating, always pulled by the tide, with nothing but salt and the secrets you hide. I poured out my heart till the vessel ran dry, while you didn't even have to try. It's a lonely kind of hollow, a heavy kind of weight, to realize I loved you a little too late, and a lot more than you could reciprocate. My cup is empty, your heart is full. I'm finally feeling the end of the pull. I loved you enough for the both of us, dear, but both of us died, and only I'm here. So much more than you, so much more than you. I'm digging through a shoebox of remembrance, tracing the ink from your favorite pens. There's a movie star from a night in July, back when the truth didn't feel like a lie. I hold these fragments like jagged glass, watching the ghosts of our wreckage pass. They say to let go of what's heavy and old, but I'm terrified of the sudden cold. Every faded photograph tells a story, a letting go still feels like rain. Still holding on to moments, bittersweet and deep, trying to find solace in the promises we couldn't keep. Every whispered word is an echo in the air, a love that's gone but the feeling's still there. How do I move on when the past holds tight, living in the shadows of a fading light? It's a beautiful sadness, a quiet despair, holding the pieces of a love that was rare. The ghost of your laughter still fills the room, a haunting melody in the gathering gloom. I walk the old streets where our hands used to meet, just to feel the memory, a bittersweet treat. It's a silent tribute, a lonely art, keeping the rhythm of a broken heart. I'm tracing the lines of a life we once knew, while learning to live in a world without you. They tell me to leave it, to close the door, to stop looking back at what isn't anymore. But the love that we shared, it changed who I am. And some memories fade, but others still stand. So I'll carry the weight, and I'll bear the scar, a reminder of how beautiful we were, how far. Still holding on to moments, bittersweet and deep, trying to find solace in the promises we couldn't keep. Every whispered word is an echo in the air, a love that's gone but the feeling's still there. How do I move on when the past holds tight, living in the shadows of a fading light? It's a beautiful sadness, a quiet despair, holding the pieces of a love that was rare. The tears may fall, but the memories stay in the quiet moments at the close of the day. The love was real, the love ran deep. These are the treasures my heart will keep. Just a little more time to remember you, before the quiet becomes the new. I put on my face like a Sunday dress, smoothing the edges of this hollow mess. I've got a fine for the neighbors and a grave for the boss, a practiced expression that covers the loss. I'm the life of the party, I'm the light in the room, while under the surface it's nothing but gloom. If you look in my eyes, you might see the cracks, but I'm too busy hiding the things that I lack. I'm a neon sign in the midnight rain, glowing so bright to disguise all the pain. One wrong word and the glass is gonna shatter. But as long as I'm smiling, does it even matter? I'm performing a masterpiece of doing okay, while I'm drowning in tears that I won't let you weigh. The curve of my lips is a beautiful lie, a shield for the part of me wanting to die. Outside is sunshine, inside is a storm. I'm freezing to death while I'm keeping you warm. It's a heavy performance, this masquerade of a heart that is breaking but too afraid to fade. The jokes are so easy, the laughter is loud. I'm the best at disappearing inside of a crowd. I check my reflection in the window of a car to make sure the makeup is hiding the scar. Nobody asks how I'm sleeping at night, because I'm the one who's making everything bright. But the moment I'm home and I turn the deadbolt, my heart starts to tremble from the lightning bolt. I'm tired of the costume, I'm tired of the play of pushing the wreckage of us far away. It takes so much strength just to keep up the front, while my soul is the target of a jagged hunt. I wanna scream till the sky turns to black, but I just take a breath and I don't look back. So tell me a joke and I'll give you a grin. Don't look at the chaos that's living within. The curtains are closing, the lights are going dim. I'm smiling for them, but I'm crying for him. Just keep smiling. Nobody has to know the river underneath, the salt on the snow. I saw you standing in the grocery line, checking your watch like you're short on time. The same silver ring, the same messy hair, but you looked through me like I wasn't there. I almost reached out to fix your lapel, a habit from a life I used to know well. But I pulled back my hand, feeling the sting of how much silence a few months can bring. We used to speak in a language of sighs, reading the secrets behind each other's eyes. Now I'm rehearsing what I ought to say to a person who feels a lifetime away. How did the person who knew my soul become a story I no longer tell? We're two different versions of used to be. Now you're just a stranger who looks like you to me. I'm missing the us that lived in your skin before the distance let the cold air in. It's a different kind of heartbreak, a quiet sort of pain, to love a memory while you're standing in the rain. I remember the way you took your tea and how you'd always leave the light on for me. But do you still hate the sound of the wind, or has a new life led new habits in? I want to ask how your mother is doing, about the dreams that you're currently pursuing. But the air between us is heavy and vast, a wall built of bricks from our shattered past. If I called out your name, would you know the sound, or would it just fall to the frozen ground? It's the cruelest trick that time can play, to keep the face but take the person away. You're a book I've memorized cover to cover, but now you're a ghost and I'm just another shadow in the because the person in front of me now is someone I don't know how to love. I don't know just a stranger with your eyes, a familiar face in a new disguise. Goodbye to the you I knew. Still leave the porch light burning low for a version of you that left months ago. I find your hair on the passenger seat. I'm paralyzed there in the middle of the street. The coffee's getting cold in your favorite mug. I'm still leaning in for a ghost of a hug. The hardest part isn't that you're gone, it's that the rest of the world keeps moving on. I'm a master of faking a smile for the crowd, but my heart is a house where the silence is loud. And I'm still holding on to a rope that's been cut, keeping doors open that you've already shut. How do I love someone who isn't there? How do I talk to the empty air? You're a song in my head that I can't stop humming, a train that's departed but I'm still waiting for it coming. Living in the while you're happy in the you, counting all the things we'll never get to do. My heart is a museum of a love that didn't stay, and I'm the only one who visits every day. Your side of the bed is as neat as a pin. The sheets haven't felt the warmth of your skin. I saw you today in a stranger's stride, and for a second the hollow felt full inside. But then they turned around and the colors went gray. Just another reminder you're miles away. Not in distance, but in the way that you look, like I'm just a chapter you finished in a book. They say let go like it's easy to do, like I could just peel off the layers of you. But you're under my skin, you're the beat in my chest. How do I find peace? How do I find rest when my always was you and your always was maybe? Now I'm just the ghost of who I was with you, baby. Ooh. Stop humming, a train that's departed but I'm still waiting for it coming. I'm in the we while you're happy in the you, counting all the things we'll never get to do. My heart is a museum of a love that didn't stay, and I'm the only one who visits every day. Stay in the memories if you won't stay here. I'll keep the shadows, I'll keep the tears. I'm loving a shadow, I'm loving a ghost. The one who is gone is the one I need most. Still setting the table, still waiting for you in a house full of used to. I treated every word you said like gold. I kept the fire high against the cold. I mended every tear and every frayed edge. I spent my life out on the narrowest ledge. I thought if I loved enough for the both of us, I could save this house from the rot and the rust. But you handled my heart like a common stone, leaving me to carry the weight all alone. While I was planting seeds in a dried out land, you were letting the water slip through your hand. I was building a temple, a place to be safe. You were just looking for a way to escape. It's a heavy price to pay for a ghost of a spark, to be the only one lighting a match in the dark. There's no value in a love that only I hold. It's a story of silver that you traded for gold. I gave you my best, I gave you my all, while you stood by and watched as I started to fall. How did I work so hard for a heart that was hollow, leaving me with a tomorrow that's bitter to swallow? I was protecting a flame that you'd already blown out. My hands are blistered from holding the rope. I was choking on pride and I was drowning in hope. But you can't save a ship when the captain has fled, and you can't wake a love that's already dead. There's no value in a love that only I hold. It's a story of silver that you traded for gold. I gave you my best, I gave you my all, while you stood by and watched as I started to fall. How did I work so hard for a heart that was hollow, leaving me with a tomorrow that's bitter to swallow? Dropping the tools, I'm leaving the site. I'm done being the only one who stays up for the light. The value is mine, but the loss is yours tonight. Your keys are on the counter, but the door is locked tight. There's a half-empty glass from the middle of the night. No note on the table, no sorry on the glass, just the sound of the minutes as they painfully pass. You left like a breath that you never let out, and filled up this hallway with shadows of doubt. I'm retracing our steps to see where I went wrong, searching for cracks in the notes of our song. Did I miss the warning? Did I miss the sign? Or were you already gone while your hand was in mine? The silence you left is a deafening roar. It's the heaviest weight that I've ever bore. I'm a question mark hanging in the cold winter air, waiting for an answer that isn't there. You left me mid-sentence, you walked out the door. Now I'm reading the pages of a life we don't share anymore. bridge that I can't seem to mend. The world's moving on in a 2020 stitch, but I'm stuck in the moment that you didn't fix. Yeah, the hardest part of the way that you flew is I'm still holding the I love you you didn't say to. Even a farewell would have been like a gift, something to anchor this slow, lonely drift. But you left the wound open, you left the light on, and now I'm a ghost of a girl, 'cause you're suddenly gone. You left me mid-sentence, you walked out the door. Now I'm reading the pages of a life we don't share anymore. Without a goodbye, there is no the end. Just a broken heart bridge that I can't seem to mend. The world's moving on, it's a brand new year, but I'm still the girl that you left standing here. I stood for the period, I'm still waiting for the it's over, but the door just stays shut and the air just stays cold. You didn't say goodbye, you just left. You just left. The world outside is turning 25, but inside these four walls I'm buried alive. I haven't moved the chair where you used to sit. The candles burned down, but I won't relight it. There's a coat on the hook that still holds your shape, a memory so heavy there is no escape. I check the mailbox like you're coming home, watching the dust settle over my phone. The neighbors have stopped asking how I am doing. They see the slow wreck of the life I'm pursuing. I'm a ghost in a kitchen that's colder than ice, paying for love with a permanent price. Time is a river that flows to the sea, but I'm just a stone where you stepped off of me. I'm living in the echo, I'm breathing the past. that's already been told. Made of shadows that spill not to last. Everyone's moving, everyone's gone, but I'm holding the night and I'm cursing the dawn. I've turned every room into a shrine for your name, and I'm the only witness left to the flame. The calendar's lying. It says you're a year away, but I'm still standing in the same yesterday. Still here, still yours. Still yours. The calendar on the wall is a year out of date. I'm still guarding the shadows, I'm still pulling the weight. The neighbors moved out and the seasons moved on, but I'm still right here where you left me at dawn. I haven't moved the coffee cup you left by the sink. It's a monument now, or a ghost, I think. I hear the city humming, 2024 it is loud, but I'm wrapped in the silence of a different crowd. Just you and me in a frame on the shelf. I'm talking to pictures, I'm losing myself. I keep the porch light burning till the bulb turns dim, waiting for a tide that'll never come in. They say the air is fresher if I open the door, but I'm scared I won't feel you in the room anymore. I'm living in the replay, I'm stuck in the scene where the grass is still lush and the summer is green. The world is moving forward, reaching for the stars, but I'm staying behind with the dust and the stars. I built a cathedral out of every goodbye, and I'm living in a memory that refuses to die. Is it lonely in the present? Is it bright where you are? I'm still tracing the maps of a faded old star. If I leave this house, then the story is through, and I'd rather be haunted than be without you. I'm living in the replay, I'm stuck kitchen, in the same old groove. You're gone, but I'm here. Yeah, I'm still right